Let's start to fifth question. Question 5. It says the average cost for a typical electric power production firm is AC equal to 100 minus 10Q plus Q square, where Q is measured in billion kilowatt hours per day. At the currently regulated price, consumers demand 4 billion kilowatt hours per day. So Q is 4 billion kilowatt hours per day. Is this market a natural monopoly? If demand increases to 10 billion kilowatt hours from 4 to 10, then is this market a natural monopoly? Explain. The question is about the nature of the natural monopoly. Please remember, the main thing you need to remember when you hear the natural monopoly concept is the economies of scale. The natural monopoly is always working with the economies of scale, which means that it works in the decreasing part of the long run average cost. So here we have a long run average cost function, U-shaped long run average cost function. We understand it's U-shaped because it's a squared function with positive sign. And let's draw here quantity and here long run average cost function. It's something like that, U-shaped average cost function. So it has a minimum point, we can think. If this firm is a natural monopoly, it must work in the decreasing part of the long run average cost, which economies of scale arises. So let's find the minimum point at first, this critical point at first, then we can just look at if 4 billion kilowatt hours and 10 billion kilowatt hours in which places of this long run average cost curve. To find the minimum point of long run average cost, of course, we need to find the minimum point of the long run average cost. We need to derive it for Q and then equalize it to 0. So it is minus 10 plus 2Q equal to 0. So when the long run average cost is minimized, Q is 5 billion kilowatt hours. So this is 5. This point is 5. So for the first part of the question, it says, at the current regulated price, consumers demand 4 billion kilowatt hours per day, somewhere like here. So it means that these consumers is demanding that good at the decreasing part of the natural monopoly. So for that demand level, if the demand is working, is just touching at this point, so it means that this firm is a natural monopoly here. However, in the second part in the question, it says if demand increases to 10 billion kilowatt hours. 10 billion kilowatt hours is somewhere here, which is the positively sloped part of the long run average cost function. In that case, this market cannot be a natural monopoly. Not a natural monopoly. Because natural monopoly is working always decreasing long run average cost, which is called as economies of scale. So for the first part, yes, this firm is working as a natural monopoly, but for the second part of the question, the answer is not. Okay, that was the question.